The planet Zarin 5 was cold even by human standards. Winds whipped across the barren plains and the twin suns had already set, leaving the sky a deep violet-black sprinkled with distant stars. Lieutenant Marcus Hale shivered as he trudged through the metallic dust, the hum of his environmental suit masking the biting chill. He hadn't expected to find her. The alien girl crouched beside the remnants of a crashed supply pod, her small frame trembling against the harsh wind. Her skin shimmered with a faint translucent blue that reflected the faint starlight, and her eyes, large and luminous, were wide with fear and uncertainty. She had been separated from her group during the storm, and Marcus knew instinctively that she would not survive the night alone. He approached cautiously, raising his hands to show he meant no harm. "Hey," he called softly, "it's okay. I'm here to help." Her gaze shifted to him, suspicion etched into every delicate feature. The air between them was tense, filled with the unspoken language of survival. Marcus could see her breathing, quick and uneven, her body reacting instinctively to the presence of a potential threat. From his pack, Marcus retrieved a thermal blanket, one of the emergency supplies meant for humans, but versatile enough to provide warmth to most life forms. He knelt a short distance away and gently extended it toward her. "Here," he said softly. "This will help, it's warm." For a moment, nothing happened. The alien girl's amber blue eyes flicked from the blanket to Marcus's face, assessing, calculating. Marcus held his breath. He had offered aid before to humans and even other species, but there was always that initial hesitation. Some required time, some ran, some reacted with hostility. Then she moved, slowly, deliberately. She reached for the blanket, but instead of simply wrapping herself in it, she did something Marcus had not expected. She unfolded the blanket carefully, then, in a fluid motion that seemed almost ceremonial, she placed it around him. Marcus blinked, stunned. "Me?" he asked, incredulous. She nodded solemnly, her glowing eyes fixed on his. The wind howled around them, but somehow the gesture carried a warmth far beyond physical comfort. Marcus felt an unexpected surge of emotion, a connection, fragile yet undeniable, bridging species, language, and culture. "You gave me this?" he asked, still trying to comprehend. Her lips moved, producing sounds that were unfamiliar, melodic, and strangely comforting. He couldn't understand the words, but the tone conveyed gratitude, respect, and something deeper: trust. She had not just accepted his aid, she had reciprocated in a way that transcended words. Marcus realized then that the blanket had become more than a tool for warmth. It was a bridge between two beings from vastly different worlds. And in her gesture she had communicated something profoundly human: acknowledgement, acceptance, and perhaps a hint of friendship, or even alliance. He knelt down to her level, careful not to startle her. You just wrapped me in it. Why?" The alien girl tilted her head, eyes shimmering under the starlight. Her fingers lightly brushed the edge of the blanket, then pressed gently against his arm. The gesture was subtle, but it carried intent. Marcus's training told him this was significant, ritualistic even. In her culture, he realized slowly, offering warmth might not just be about physical protection. It was a declaration of mutual respect and trust. For the rest of the night they sat together in the wind-swept plains. Marcus adjusted the blanket, now wrapped around both of them to share warmth, and the alien girl remained quiet, occasionally touching the blanket to ensure it was secure. Words were unnecessary. Actions had spoken louder. As the hours passed, Marcus observed her, noting her subtle movements and the way her body responded to his presence. He realized she was not just a frightened survivor. She was intelligent, cautious, and aware, and yet, in a single gesture, she had allowed him to enter her space in a way that few could. By dawn, the storm had passed. The twin suns rose slowly over the horizon, casting long beams across the plains. Marcus and the alien girl stood together, still sharing the blanket. He finally offered a soft smile. "You saved me," he said quietly. "Or maybe we saved each other." She looked at him, eyes bright, and produced a series of melodic sounds that Marcus could not comprehend. But the intent was clear. She was acknowledging him, honoring the bond that had been formed overnight. When the rescue team arrived, led by the human expedition commander, they found Marcus and the alien girl sitting side by side, the blanket shared between them. The team hesitated, unsure how to approach the situation. Marcus stood slowly, keeping the girl's trust intact. "This is okay," he said gently, indicating her. She's safe now, she's with me. The alien girl remained calm, a rare sight for species often described as skittish by human explorers. Her gesture, placing the blanket around him, had not just been a spontaneous act. It was a deliberate, intelligent choice, a test of character and a declaration that she recognized him as an ally. The rescue team finally approached, careful, and Marcus introduced himself. She responded with the same melodic sounds, and Marcus translated as best he could. Though her words were alien, her meaning was unmistakable. She had chosen to trust him. She had recognized kindness and mirrored it in her own way. For Marcus, the lesson was clear. Across countless worlds and civilizations, there were countless opportunities to act with empathy and courage. And sometimes even a simple gesture, a blanket offered in kindness, could spark an understanding deeper than words, stronger than fear, and more enduring than any cultural protocol. As they departed Jaren 5, the alien girl wrapped carefully in the shared warmth of the blanket, Marcus reflected on the night's events. He had expected survival, navigation, and rescue. He had not expected connection, empathy, or a silent acknowledgement of trust. And yet he realized that these elements, often overlooked, were just as vital in the cold expanse of space. The blanket, now folded neatly in his pack, remained a symbol of the unexpected depth of interspecies understanding, the quiet power of shared warmth, and the fact that even across galaxies, across species, and across worlds, small acts of kindness could resonate with astonishing force. Marcus smiled as the ship left the planet's atmosphere, the alien girl seated beside him, calm and alert. Their journey together had just begun, and though words were limited, gestures spoke volumes. Sometimes he realized the universe did not need diplomacy or strategy. Sometimes all it needed was a blanket, and the courage to offer it.